Good morning, everybody. Holy, 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 holy. Breaking news. Breaking news, everyone. Breaking news. Thank you for coming in. Let's get everybody in here. Smash that like, subscribe, and donate to my legal defense fund for my upcoming legal shenanigans that are going on in court on the 20th. Morning, Kathy. Morning. Okay, guys, we have some breaking news. This news is coming to us. I'm going to go right to the source. 1 second here because I had everything else open except for this. Feral Cheryl has put up a post on her YouTubes here this morning, and we're going to go right into that. Let's share that. So this is coming to us from someone who was there in the courtroom this morning with Aaron, and the breaking news is this. Oh man, my QR code is just, let me get that out of here. Let me take that off real quick. Aaron Smith-Levin, breaking news, has been remanded into custody for 7 days. Cheryl says that she will be streaming from Aaron's account in the coming days and chalking the quote unquote holy heck out of flag. And I guess this is Aaron. It's weird. It's a very not good picture. It's a still from a video, I guess, but I don't actually think that's Aaron. I think that's Jamie because the beard is wrong. Maybe he's wearing a wig because he's bald and there's hair here. But anyway, that's the announcement. And then I was like, okay, what else is going on? What else is going on here? So let's go to the records. And I was like, are they going to update it? Are they going to do what? What's happening? So let's go. Now, I showed you guys yesterday the records that there was a motion to revoke his bond yesterday. Okay. And to this morning, breaking news, the bond was amended to zero. They took that money, that $1,000. Yeah, that is Jamie. That's what I thought. That's not, she didn't even put a picture of Aaron up. That's anyway. So then here's what happened in court, guys. So first, his lawyer says, I would like to continue. Denied. And then there was the motion that was granted, revoke the bond, sustained. Okay, so defendant remanded, pretrial hearing set. We don't have the date on that yet. I'm assuming it's going to be 7 days from now, which would make it also the 20th, same day as my next hearing. So, yeah, he's in jail. He's in jail. I did confirm that, which I won't post here, but I did confirm that with the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. You can look that up. Anybody can look that up. It's a public record. The charge status is awaiting trial, and the arrest type was remand/return. So he's in jail for the next 6 days there in the Pinellas County Jail. Guys, it looks like he needs some money on his commissary balance, which is currently sitting at minus $20. So if you guys want to send him some commissary funds there, definitely do that. Guys, here's what I think happened. I think Aaron had to meet the final boss. And the final boss, his judge, which you guys can see in the court records there, is Kathleen Hessinger. This is the woman that he faced today. This is the final boss. And she doesn't look like she fucks around. This is not a lady that looks like she fucks around. So, yeah. No, Chris Gambino. Chris Gambino, do I know you? I feel like I know you from somewhere. You're not donating, Freya? Okay. I'm celebrating Scientology's victory. Bizarre. Actually, this is not a victory for Scientology. This is not a victory for anybody. This is facts. The facts is that Aaron was remanded to jail. That's a fact. That's not a celebration. Did you see me blow kazoos or throw streamers in the air or like clap. The fact is, he went to jail. He was charged. Now, here, let's talk about that, guys, because the charges are for simple battery. It's under the Florida statute. Here's the statute that he's being charged with. Okay. And this is important to note. Okay. Thank you, Gunna Fawcett. So this is the charge, guys. Florida statute 784.031/M. Okay, because it does have the big M on there in his charges. Okay. So refers to the charge of misdemeanor battery, also known as simple battery. The M, which is on his charges, indicates it is classified as a first-degree misdemeanor offense. This is important for the rest of the information. Under Florida law, a person commits battery if they, one, actually or intentionally touch or strike another person against their will, or intentionally cause bodily harm to another person. A first-degree misdemeanor is punishable by up to 1 year in jail and up to 1 year of probation and a fine of up to $1,000. Okay? A conviction for battery creates a permanent criminal record. If a person has one or more prior convictions for battery or a related felony battery charge, any subsequent battery offense can be elevated to a third-degree felony. Okay? So this is very serious. He also has a second charge. This is why he was remanded, just exactly what I talked about yesterday. So the first charge, let's go back to, there we go. So the first charge, this is the case that was heard today. There's another charge in there. But the first charge occurred on the 29th of July. The second charge that he's been charged with occurred on the 23rd of October. Okay? Now, there's some other things to think about here, guys. Okay. Let's try to like think about what can happen here. Now, one scenario is that he spends these 7 days in jail. He comes out. The judge is like, okay, you did some time. Let's see if you have, what you have to say. And then, they do whatever they do. And that's it. That could be it. That could be it. These 7 days could be it. He pays a fine. He goes on probation. Okay. Now, I am assuming, and this is based on nothing because I don't talk to Aaron, but I'm assuming he's not going to plead guilty, right? Because nobody wants to have a criminal record, right? Because if you're found guilty of this battery, or in this case, 2 counts of battery, that's a permanent criminal record. That fucks you up for a lot of stuff. Voting for, property, loans, everything. It fucks you up. Nobody who hasn't done a crime should have that on there. So I don't think he's going to plead guilty. Even though when Danny and Josiah and other people were, I think Solomon even got detained once, he was like, it's just a misdemeanor. Just plead it out. Who cares? Literally said those exact words. Okay. I'm thinking his view of that is different. Also, this is not something, I want to be 100,000,000% clear. This is not something I'm doing. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Professor Kakan. I agree with your statement here. In the USA, equal protection under the law exists in writing, not always in practice. Nora, you have not received the protection under the law that you deserve. I agree. And I'm still fighting that. That's why I'm fighting this case. That's why there's a legal defense fund QR code up here instead of just my fun shit. I'd rather have you guys go and do this and buy this fun shit from my store because it's fun. Okay. And I get like $2 every time you guys buy one of these things. Okay. We got t-shirts, we got sweatshirts, we got more t-shirts and sweatshirts and a new hat and like designs. Okay. Like you guys can go there and get that stuff. It's fun. Instead, I'm raising money for a court case. Okay. That, by the way, is a civil court case, not a criminal court case. But can I just ask a quick question, guys? Let me just ask you guys a question. Do you think that Scott is going to strike Aaron's channel right now while he's in jail? Because if we recall, when Scott was in jail, Jenna and Kelly and Aaron struck Scott's original Defender Vance channel out of existence. Do we think Scott and other people are going to strike Aaron's channel now that he's in jail? Like, I'm not going to do that, guys, because I'm not. But yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm texting someone who seems to be confused about what I said. Yes, Aaron Smith Levin, aka at Growing Up in Scientology, is in jail. He's been remanded to custody for the simple battery charge. And the reason why he was remanded to custody, just to repeat the facts, is because he violated the terms of his bail, right? Because on the 29th of July, he was arrested outside. He live streamed the arrest. Okay. He was arrested at the Clearwater headquarters there of the cult. Okay. And charged with simple battery. First, the cop said he was being charged with a felony, and Aaron was like, call Heather. And then, but it ended up being just a misdemeanor. And then on the 23rd of October, while he was at that community event that Scientology was having in the little courtyard area or whatever, that the door incident happened. I believe that's where the second charge stems from. No, Leah. Leah Remini alt account here. No. Anthony D'Amato has never filed for any restraining order against Aaron Smith Levin for the incident that happened between the two of them outside of court. But he filed the restraining order he got on me, y'all, is about that incident. He claims that I was there and that I did those things to his mother, which is why it's so beyond the beyond. But I can't really, you guys, it's all public record. You guys can go read it. It's all there. I can't really talk about it more than that. No. So no. Yeah. So this is the breaking news today, guys. A breaking news. Yeah, Cheryl should fix, if anybody is actual, like talking to Cheryl, somebody should let her know that that's a picture of Jamie, or maybe she did that on purpose. I don't know. But yeah, this is the post that Cheryl has up right now. Someone should tell her. She's blocked me everywhere. I'm blocked, and that's fine. But this is Jamie. That's not Aaron. There's too much hair on the arms and hair here for that to be Aaron. So yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Cheryl, of course, was in there in the court. And that's her announcement that he's been remanded to custody. So just to give you more info, because I'm always about more, his lawyer did try to get a continuance, which was denied. Okay. And right here, denied, motion to continue, and sustained, which means, granted, was the motion to revoke bond. And then you can see here the revoke and or release bond. Revoked was there. Defendant was remanded. These are all, like, everything that happens has to have its own thing. And then the pretrial hearing set, they don't have any public available things yet, but they have at least, let me just refresh it again. They have at least put, let me go to a different tab. Let's go back to the final boss here while I refresh that. And that's the judge. That's the final boss that Aaron saw today in court with his lawyer, His lawyer is, where is it? It's all on record here. Morgan. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Lee Perlman. Lee Perlman is the lawyer for Aaron. Yeah. No, they haven't released any of the public documents yet. Oh yeah, $75 on his account. There you go, Chris. Okay, listen, anybody can donate whatever they want to whomever they want. This is America, and that's very nice of you to send him $1,000. And yeah, so that's good. That's good. What happened here? There we go. It's back. Okay. Yeah. So if you guys want to donate, there you go. Now, I'll refresh his thing here. And oh, it doesn't show that the $75 is there yet. So that's fine. It'll get updated. I'm sure you did it. I have no reason to doubt you. By end of day. Okay. Nancy, Aaron's in jail. $75 a week is the max you can send. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. There you go. There you go. Where did I go? My camera. Where am I? Let's just get rid of all these here. Here I am. I don't know what happened. It was so weird. Oh, that's what happened. Okay. Nope. It's still not putting me on the screen. Whatever. There we go. Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea on that at all. Yeah. Yeah, you could also, Chris, if you're feeling generous, I definitely need some help with my legal defense fund so that I can combat a cyber terrorist that's been after me for the last 2 years. I would appreciate. That would be lovely. But that's like I said, can I give a recap on the charges? Absolutely, Nancy. Absolutely. So the first charge came from July 29th. That was the original simple battery charge. Okay. And that was the chalk incident. Okay. So that's the original simple battery charge. That's covered here under Florida law. Hello. Let's do this. Let's try that again. Now I broke everything. Oh, okay. How about if I put myself here? There I am. Okay. So under Florida law, this is what he's charged with here. Okay. 784.03. That's for both charges. Then they added an additional charge on October 23rd against a different individual. And I believe that's the foot in the door incident. And the thing about it is, guys, the thing that makes this whole thing like, hot dog, particularly for Aaron, is that the state attorney is prosecuting this, not the Pinellas County DA. The state attorney is coming for him. And as you guys saw, he had to meet with this judge today who clearly, homie, don't play that. Okay. She don't play. She was like, not today, not in my courtroom. She remanded him to custody. There was no continuance, nothing. So yeah, she is, she's not playing around. She's not playing around. So this lady, put him in jail for 7 days. I don't know, what's going to happen at the end of the 7 days, right? If he'll be, if he'll have to stay in jail through the trial, will his lawyer be able to put in a motion to have him on house arrest or something until the trial's over? Or is he going to be in jail for the duration of his trial? Those are questions. I don't have answers to those, but we'll have to see. So clearly next week on the 20th, because he's remanded for 7 days, on the 20th, there will be another pretrial hearing to determine all of these things, I'm sure. So, this is, it's big legal news, and there's other legal stuff going on, as you see. I mean, Scott thinks that he's going to, depose David Miscavige. I'm not sure about that. But I mean, anything can happen. And the questions for now is, are people going to do to Aaron what he has done to them to get their channel eliminated while they are in jail? Is the state attorney a Scientologist? That I don't know. I don't believe so. But I'd have to do a full investigation. You think that he'll be out before 7 days? I don't know. She's remanded him for 7 days. So I don't think there's a way for him to get out of jail because his motion for a continuance was denied. So I think he's there for 7 days. Well, I think that the judges put him in jail, Sharon, as hey, you done some shit. This is my interpretation of it as a mom. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a court pundit. These are the, Yes. The detainment, yes, Kat, was for violating the terms of his bond, which he bonded out in July, and they have charged him with a second offense. So yes, yeah. And here's the deal, guys. If you, even if the charges are incorrect, okay, even if the charges are bogus and they're incorrect, but you are legally charged with something, do not continue the behavior that got you charged, because it will result in additional charges and you will then have violated the bond. It's not a joke. That's my point, is people have got to take this legal shit seriously. Okay? This is not a joke. This is not something that we can just be like, well, this is real life. Okay? So he's in jail until the 20th, and then question mark. Will he be out of jail? Will they give him an opportunity for another bond, or will they remand him to custody for the duration of his trial? I think that will be up to, that's the judge's discretion based on the laws and how she applies it. And the second thing to consider here is, will the state's attorney be going through all of his video evidence on his channel and applying additional charges? Will they be seeking more complainants, more victims, however you want to word it, to bring further charges against him? That's the question. That is the question. Yeah. So that's what's happening. That's what's going on right now, kids. This is big news. And this is why we have to take following the law while you're protesting very seriously. So for those of you guys who go out every day and you go protest, please be advised. The law is in the fuck around and find out phase right now. Okay. There is not a lot of leniency out there. Okay. For people who are exercising their First Amendment rights to push the boundaries with law enforcement and with the people or organizations of whom you are protesting. Okay. So it would behoove anybody to study very, very well the local ordinances, the local laws where you are protesting, of what you can and can't do. And then don't do the things you can't do. Okay? Because if you do the things you can't do and you record yourself doing those things you can't do and you're monetizing doing the things you can't do, that doesn't look good from a legal standpoint. Okay? It doesn't look good from a legal standpoint. Okay? Yes, yes. 6 feet. 6 feet, Miriam. Keep that 6 feet. I loved that 6 feet buffer zone that we had during COVID. I wish that would have stayed. Now people are all up my ass in the grocery store. I don't like it. I don't like it. The state attorney is always the local attorney who charges. Oh, okay. This wouldn't be by a county judge. State attorneys and some judges run in nonpartisan races. So any Scientology campaign donation. Oh, interesting. Is that just like a Florida thing? Is that because here it's just a district attorney? Like, for example, in Scott's case, it's just the district attorney. It's not the state attorney who's doing the case here. It's the district attorney of Los Angeles. So maybe that's, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Osa, hit the like button while you're here. Hit the like button while you're here. I don't know, guys. I want to be honest with you. I don't fucking know what Aaron's political views are. I don't want to make a statement about that that's incorrect. I don't know. I would say my interpretation from conversations that we've had is like he's like a libertarian, right? Like there's some things that he definitely is more conservative on, and there's some things that he's more liberal on. That would be my personal interpretation. It's probably wrong. So that's a question for him. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Mother. If you guys can help, my legal defense fund is still up. The GoFundMe is still up. Let me put that up on the screen here. Please go donate if you can. The last donation came in a couple days ago, and yeah. So if you guys can help me out, that would be amazing. Otherwise, my PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo are open. Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much. There's no way for me to thank you on PayPal for your generous donation yesterday. That went right to my lawyer, who was so stoked. Every penny that I get, guys, I just literally send directly to my lawyer. So if you guys can help me out, I really appreciate it. Here's the GoFundMe link. Please check that out. Thank you, Jojo. Yeah, no, I know. Listen, I'm not under any illusions that libertarians are they're just the Switzerland of the right. I get that. It's just that's states are set up differently. That's true. It just brought to my attention like the state's attorney is doing this, but that makes sense. If that's how Florida does it, then it's very Florida. It's very Florida. But yeah, this is Aaron is remanded to custody in the Pinellas County jail. If you guys want to put some money on his commissary, you can look him up there on the Pinellas Sheriff. I'll put that in there so you guys can, if you want to do it, go for it, and you can put some money on his commissary for him. Make sure he's well fed in there. And yeah. Whoa. Okay, I will go look at that. I don't know. Yeah. And that's the link. At least it's not Massachusetts. If you know, are Massachusetts jails like notoriously bad? I don't know anything about that. And guys, I'm sure he's going to have a GoFundMe and whatever set up. Cheryl might set that up or whatever. Listen, this is not me saying don't donate to Aaron. I'm not saying that. If you guys want to help him, you are free to do it. This is America. That's not something I will be personally doing, but anybody else. And here's the other thing I want to say. If you do donate to Aaron, like Chris Gambino announced here, you're still welcome to come comment here and say things on the channel. That's totally fine. This is America. You're allowed to donate to whomever you want. Okay. You want to go give Scott some money for his case? You want to go give, Anthony some money? That's fine. I don't care. Go be free. What's this month? In Florida, state's attorneys in Florida are set up by districts, not by county. Ah, okay. So it's more like a district attorney. Okay. 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 You're the stalker. Okay. Well, people have weird ideas about that. Yeah. But guys, this is big news. And why is it big news? Not just because it's Aaron and Aaron and I have had a beef back and forth. That has nothing, my personal beef with Aaron has nothing to do with this. Um, uh, yeah, no, listen, Kat, we have had a lifetime beef. We've known each other for 30 years. We are not friends. And listen, I don't want anybody to go to jail unnecessarily. I think our prison industrial complex that is for profit is despicable and should be dismantled, period. But if you do shit, if you fuck around, you're gonna find out, right? And if people need help in defending themselves, because you have that right to a vigorous defense in our country, then I think if you want to help the person, go do it. That's totally okay. It's totally okay. I'm not going to ban people because they support Aaron or they support Anthony or they support Scott. Okay, because this is the internet. I would like, how many people am I banning? I can't do that. I have my mods. Lily, I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. Aaron was remanded to custody in court today because he violated the conditions of his bond. He was originally charged with a misdemeanor on July 29th. He violated that with the second charge that has been formally filed in the court for an October 23rd incident. So today he was remanded to custody for 7 days. So there you go. There you go. But yeah. Federal or districts, not state's attorney. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, like I said, guys, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just telling you what I can read here. And then I found that interesting because I was like, that seems pretty serious. But now it makes more sense in the context of Florida that, it's because that's how they divvy up their state, which makes sense. It's a smaller state, so they have, smaller things. And he's remanded to custody for the next 7 days, which brings up questions, right? Will he be remanded to custody for the rest of the trial? Will he bond out after 7 days? Will that be the end? Will it just be like time served, done? Like, these are all, this is true. This is also true. This is also a fact. Aaron is the one that said, if you can't afford the consequences, you shouldn't protest. Yes. He's also the one that told Josiah and Danny to just plead it out because it was just a misdemeanor when they were being falsely charged with battery and things like that against Scientologists. So, I think what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And, oh, I'm sure they do. Haggis. I'm sure Scientology's Pam Bondi contacts are still at work in the legal system in Florida. Absolutely. So, that's why I've been saying the whole time that A, please follow the laws in the places that you're protesting. B, if you get into legal trouble, stop talking and get a lawyer and do whatever the lawyer says. If you're in a criminal case, do not continue to do stuff. Okay. It might have been the foot in the door, but they didn't charge him with trespassing. They charged him with another battery. So there's 2 charges there in Pinellas County for him. But that's why his bond was revoked and he was remanded to custody. So it was not trespassing, which would have also been a violation of his bond because that's a crime. Because there's no crimes, guys. Even if he got a speeding ticket, that's a violation of his bond. That's a crime, right? Because you're breaking the law. So yeah. This is literal fuck around and find out. And once again, just to, guys, I personally don't think this lady, this is his judge, Kathleen Hessinger. I don't think she's the kind of lady who is gonna like fuck around. She doesn't seem like a fuck around kind of gal. That's a very, haircut. That's a choice. The pearls, choice. The tiny glasses, a choice. Like this woman, to me, the pearls in the ears, the pearls here, this seems very, you know what I mean? Very like, I'm doing the things I'm doing. I've had this planned out since I was 4, you know? So yeah, this is, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. What's up, Peter? Thanks for popping in. So guys, that's what's happening with Aaron. The next court case coming up will be my hearing on the 20th, and it looks like Aaron will have an additional hearing on the 20th. And then on the 24th, is it the 24th? Please forgive me. Let me search here. The internet is interneting. It is loading. I think I think Scott's is on the 23rd or the 24th. Yes. Let's see here. Proceedings. Yes, the 24th at 8:30 in the morning, and that's to hear Scott's motion to get rid of evidence, essentially. Okay. She vibes ex-military. I agree. It's very like Marines, right? Just pop, pop, pop. Yeah. Yeah. She looks like she takes her coffee black. She doesn't fuck around. Right. So yeah, it's guys, that's what's happening. Scott's is the 24th. Yes. Yeah, I just brought that up here. I didn't bring it up, but I have it. Here we go. Yeah, that's Scott's right there. 24th. Right here, 8:30. And it's for his motion. It's so tiny, you can't read it. But yeah, Scott has filed a motion to quash some evidence. So we'll have to see there. What's up, Rib Guy? What's up? Yeah. So that's what's happening, guys. Thank you, Jojo. Guys, if you can give a penny to the GoFundMe, that's helpful. Am I going to Scott's? No. I will not be in attendance for Scott or Aaron. I will be in attendance for my hearings. Yeah. And if you can give to this cute lady, look at that pudding. Look at it. Help me out. The retainer's $5,000. It would be super helpful if you could help me out. Okay, that would be fantastic. I would love it. It's not a requirement, but that would be great. Okay, all that money is going directly to the lawyer, Merritt McKeon, who's been gracious enough to like not demand the whole retainer up front while she's helping me. But yeah, that would be awesome sauce. If you guys could help me out. No, mine is on the 20th. That's my next hearing date. Yeah. So it's exciting. Or you guys, if you want to just support me, you could just buy some merch. There's t-shirts. There's a hoodies. Yep. Notorious NBA. Where did that nickname come from? Let's watch the TikTok again. Let's just watch it. We're going to watch the TikTok.
He is also wrapped up in a civil matter with notorious internet troll Nora Ames. Okay. It's the one and only. He is also wrapped up in a civil matter.
And that was yesterday, guys. That was from his, that's me on TikTok. It's Nora Knows. Come and check that out. Yeah, that was from his stream yesterday. Because he, Aaron had to get one more punch in. And now he's arrested. So that's not why, though. That's not why. Yeah. So yeah, that's my new nickname, guys. Notorious NBA. Yeah, I'll take it. And as I explained yesterday, that was my actual nickname in real life from my Auntie T, R.I.P. baby. My whole life, she used to call me Notorious. So there you go. Yeah. So that's all I got on this, guys. I mean, I could milk this for another hour just talking to you guys about it and all the things, but we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. I'm going to try and come back with some more stuff. It would be, you know, it's going to be interesting, but 7 days. And Feral Cheryl, even though she has the picture of the wrong person up in her post, I'm sure will be broadcasting. Did she fix it yet? Let me just refresh it. Nope, she still hasn't fixed it. This is where I got the breaking news from, and I kept refreshing the other page. But this is Feral Cheryl's post. She says Aaron's been remanded into custody for 7 days. I'll be streaming from his account. So Cheryl will be live streaming from Aaron's account. So if you see a stream from Aaron's account, it's Cheryl. It's Cheryl doing that. Okay. So I don't know if they're going out today to chalk or if they're going out tomorrow on the usual day to go chalk, because Aaron hasn't been able to do that. But as we know, this is not a picture of Aaron. This is Jamie. Yeah. And yes, I don't disagree, Donna. It is about the money. It is about him being able to continue his channel. But then I did pose the question, and maybe if Scott's watching, Scott, because I know you watch. Are you gonna do what Aaron did to you to Aaron? Because Aaron's in jail now for 7 days. So the question is Scott the bigger man, or is he going to go down to the same level as Aaron and Jenna and Kelly Copter and strike Aaron's channel while Aaron's in jail, or anybody else for that matter? I will not be one of those people. You heard it here first. I will be posting no strikes to the @Growing Up in Scientology channel. But that doesn't mean other people won't. I'm just asking questions, guys. I'm sorry. I've always wanted to say that very sassily. Yeah. After Barb, I thought he didn't give anyone access either, but I guess Cheryl has gotten the access. That begs, guys, it begs so many questions. Like, my first question is, why Cheryl and not Jenna? But I guess Jenna's not there all the time, so it kind of makes more sense that it's Cheryl. You don't know. Lanakin, where have you been, honey? Aaron was arrested in July, on July 29th for battery with the chalk. Okay. And then he bonded out $1,000. Cheryl paid that. And then they charged him with an additional charge for an incident on October 23rd. So today they had the motion to revoke his bond was heard at his pretrial hearing, and the judge granted it because he violated his bond. Simple as that. Simple as that. Okay, Annabelle. This is I love that this is considered hate. Here's my question to people who put comments like this in my chat. I'm so done with this community. You all are so hateful toward each other. Aaron's no better. You need to step back and stop with all the vitriol and back and forth digs at each other. So let me ask you this question, Annabelle. Did you put a comment like that in Aaron's when he made a post during Pride Month insinuating that I'm a man? Did you do that in Aaron's community when he threatened to sue me for disclosing public information? Did you do that in Tony's community when he was stalking me for 2 years? Did you do that in Scott's community when he said horrifically defamatory and awful homophobic things about me? Or are you just coming to me to try and insinuate that stating facts, everything I've said today is a fact? It's not. And if I've said my opinion, I've made it very clear that it was my opinion. Okay. I haven't said anything hateful about Aaron. These are all facts. So please, this is part of the discussion that has to also stop. When there are facts being stated, okay, about actions, all right, that's not hate. That's just a fact, okay? If I had done the things that Aaron or Scott or Anthony did, and someone listed those out in a stream, that wouldn't be hate. That would be facts, okay? Martha, what's happening? You need prayers for a big surgery on the 20th. Finally, a year later, I have a doctor who will take. Oh my goodness. Yes, everyone, let's give Martha some good vibes and prayers if you do that. Absolutely. I'll be in my hearing, but I will think of you, Martha, in a positive way. In a positive way. Absolutely. Yeah. And then calling me Pat. I mean, that's totally homophobic. I'm sorry. It just is. Yeah. Oh, that's not a threat or anything. Why would people put this on the internet? Why would you put this on the internet? I know where you live. That is threatening. I do feel threatened when you say that. That is an actual threat on me and my minor children and my wife and my family. That's what that is. And that is screenshotted, and we'll put that up there. And I really hope that's not an alt of one of my stalkers or somebody else doing that, because that would be really bad for your legal case. But that is in the record now. That is in the record. And yeah, we'll be adding that to the record. Thank you, whoever you are, Daniel bot person. I know where you live. Who does? Oh yeah, make sure you unsubscribe, Annabelle. Please don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, and have the day you deserve. Like, oh no, you unsubscribed? Let my whole life fall apart right now. Watch this. Meltdown. Okay, bye. That is just wild. Why? It's not an airport, honey. You don't have to announce your departure. Okay? Go with God. Really, Kat? That's wild. I'm sorry. That's still happening. I don't understand how this person hasn't been shot. And this is the part of the thing what I think Professor Kakan was talking about, is that like the justice system and the laws on the books don't protect people like me and you, Kat, on the internet. It's just wild. Okay, the only thing guaranteed in my life is I have bail money, and I've never had to use it. There you go. Press F for Annabelle. Oh, you miss her? Oh, Annabelle, come back. But also, like, guys, if you don't like me, you don't have to be here. This is not a fucking cult. Like, you're not there's no requirements. There's no requirements to be here. I'm not demanding anything. I know, Liz, right? It is wild. This is wild, woman. The whole thing is wild. Oh, thank you, Freya, for giving Kat some love here. Yeah. It's the internet is a wild, wild place. And we're just living in it, guys. Yeah, thanks, Mama. Yeah, just so you know, that was a threat and can be used against you if something happens to Nora. Doofus. Yeah. I mean, that is a threat in writing to me. So if someone does come to my house and breaks in or harms me or my children or my wife or my dogs, we know where to look first. Thank you. Yeah. Somebody the other day tried to, they posted my home address and they thought that was okay. And they said, because it's public records, that it's okay. It's not. It's still not. It's still doxing. Even if somehow you can find it in the public record, doing it with the intent to cause harm to me, which is what that would be doing, is that's illegal. That's against the law. That's stalking, that's doxing. It's a lot of things. Don't do that. Just like Aaron's arrest record is public. Did I publish the whole page of it? No, of course not. That would be Bad. Thank you. Thanks, Haggis. I got it. Yeah, right, Heather? It's not a cult. It's not a cult, Heather. Yeah, and anyone can be here. Anyone can be here. But this, guys, this is wild. And why this is breaking news, why it's important, because this is serious, okay? Aaron has done a lot of reporting over the last few years and even recently about cases that are going on about David Miscavige, not being deposed, even though that was the title of his video and things like that. But Scientology is starting to have a freak out right now. Okay. They are having a massive freak out because they're not winning. They're not winning these cases. They're not winning anything right now. Who is Aaron? Good question. Since you're new here, Aaron Smith Levin, or at Growing Up in Scientology, that's his at here, is a YouTube person who has been protesting Scientology for a decade. He was featured in Leah Remini's season 1 of Leah Remini, Scientology in the Aftermath. Started 2 foundations, the Aftermath Foundation, which he was summarily dismissed from for sexual innuendos, and then formed another foundation, the SPTV Foundation, which you can find online. So there you go. Why I don't dox when I do my maps. Thank you, The Journey. I do bring up businesses, and if the home address is the address, I don't identify it as such. Right. Just because it's publicly available doesn't mean you should show it. Right. Aaron's, all of this stuff is public. I don't pay for this stuff, guys. I don't have that kind of money. Right. So you can go to the Pinellas County court records and look up all this stuff yourself. It's there. Go look on I put the website in there. It's the PinellasSheriff.gov. And then there's a section that says who's in jail. And then you can put Aaron's name in there. And it will show you that he's in custody as of 10:43 this morning. That's when he went into custody. 10:44 Florida time. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, don't do it. Well, I'm glad you didn't go. Yeah. So yeah, no, Journey, you do a great job when you put that information out. It's very important and very useful. Putting factual information out about Scientology is important because they cannot combat that, right? When you quote, who's in jail? Aaron Smith Levin for violating his bond. There you go. Boom. Your phone died in the middle of me talking. Oh no. Well, you're back. But yeah. So that's what's happening. Let's go back to the legal court stuff here. There we are. Bop, 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 bop. Oh, no. He was in court. Martha. So he was in court. His lawyer put a motion in for continuance, and then that was denied. And then there was already a motion on the table to revoke or increase his bond, and the judge decided to revoke it and remand him to custody. So there was no big cops moment of him like running away or something like that. He was just simply in court for his hearing and was remanded to custody. Yeah. And let me just show you guys that here again. So this is the case. This is the case number right here. If you guys want to look it up and look at all the things, it's a misdemeanor. Okay. And that's him. That's his attorney. These are the attorneys here. Cheryl is listed as his bonds person. This is from the original charge from the 29th. Okay. And then these are the things that happened today. Yeah. I just refreshed it because I want to see if any of the documents have been released yet. No. See, when there's a little green tab here, guys, anybody can click on that. See how it says public document? You can click on that. But that was the motion I read yesterday. The bond was amended today down to 0 because they revoked it. Okay. And then the revocation was granted. The motion to revoke was granted. The motion to continue was denied. Then his bond was revoked. And then he was remanded and a pretrial hearing was set. It doesn't look like they actually put the date out, but it would make sense to me that it would be the 20th because that's 7 days from now. Yeah. So that's what's happening there, guys. That's what happened this morning. It's a super a big deal. I'm sorry to hear that his daughter's having a difficult time right now. That's awful. I mean, having kids myself, it's that's difficult when you're going through stuff for sure. You're going through Clearwater the first week of December. Wow. You're here for Oh, I see. Okay, I read your sentence wrong. I'm here for everyone, but you, Laura, Liz, and Liz are why I came here. I got that. Well, thank you very much. I hope you have a good time. I know that it sounds like you're going out there for the anniversary of Lisa McPherson, and thank you for going down there for that. Yes, I can tell you what the second charge is. So the second charge, again, this will be on the Pinellas County website because it's filed under 2 different charges there. So let me go. Let's just go here and see if I can open it up in a different tab so we have both open at the same time. Here we go. And so here, again, this is the public website. Okay. Yeah, that's the one I want. Okay. So there's several charges. This is the second charge. You can see the dates here. The first charge here was from the 30th. Okay. And this is from the 23rd. Okay. So this is the second charge, and it's another misdemeanor. Okay. And it's the same. Now, this one is also the same statute, I think, that I had up earlier. 784.3. Yeah, it's the same one. Same statute that we read out earlier. So this is misdemeanor first degree again. And this is covered in the documents that he filed, okay, here in this motion to revoke the bond, okay? So in this motion, which was filed on the 24th of last month, okay, and this is the motion that was heard here, okay? Let me just make this a little bit bigger so we can see it. Okay. So on July 29th, the defendant was arrested for battery. On July 30th, defendant posted out a $1,000 bond. Okay. That was the bond there. On September 20th, the defendant committed another battery against a different victim in Pinellas County. So he was bonded out in July, and the second incident that they're charging him with happened a few months later. Okay. So on October 23rd, the state filed an information for the new battery charge, which is right there. It's a different case number. So now he has 2 charges, 2 different docket numbers associated that. So therefore, the defendant violated the conditions of his pretrial release by committing a new law violation on September 20th. And this motion was granted today in court. Okay. Because they took his bond away. So that's the second one is a second misdemeanor battery charge that he's being, charged with. Sorry, I got lost in the comments here for a second. Did that answer your question, Jay Friday? Okay. Yes, Cheryl is listed as the bondsman. She paid the $1,000 and she's not getting that back because they revoked it. So that's, yeah. Oh. Oh, that's awful. I'm so sorry to hear anybody I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine losing, a child. I don't That's awful. If there is some sort of GoFundMe or something, let me check Aaron's channel for that kid. We should definitely put that out there. I don't see. Okay, I see the video. I'm not gonna play that. Oh, here's the link here. Let me copy that. So there's a meal train for the family. Let me just post that. Oh no, that's not it. Sorry guys, that's terrible. Can I delete that? No. That's not the right thing. It's like a whole YouTube link. That's awful. Let me get the correct one here. Is there a share button? Share. Share, copy. Here we go. There we go. That's the correct one. Yeah. This is the correct one. This is a meal train. Let me pull this up here. This is the kid here. And they've raised a little bit of money here. So their goal is 15,000. So let's get them some more money here to help out because medical bills, guys, are disgustingly expensive. And if something does happen where this child doesn't make it, unfortunately, funerals are not cheap. And God, I really hope that doesn't happen. Fuck. But yeah, if you guys can donate to this child and his family, that would be a definitely a worthy cause for sure. I did not know that. So yeah, that's awful. Yeah. Okay, well, now we've really gone all the way around the bend here. Oh God. Okay. I did not know he did pass away. Jesus Christ, he was 15. Okay. That's awful. If you guys can donate to that family, please do. I can't even. I don't want to imagine the pain that his family and friends are going through. That's a tragedy. That's that's a lot. That's a lot. That sucks. Yeah. No, Joe, I don't disagree. It's like probably the worst case scenario for him to be going to jail right now. And he's in jail for 7 days. The good news is for his girls, especially that daughter whose boyfriend this was, is that Heather is there and their mom is fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking for updates on the meal train. That there isn't an update there, but if you guys are telling me that he didn't make it, that's yeah, that's awful. Okay. And the obituary listing is at Curlew Hills. So if you want to send flowers or something for that. Yeah. And another teen was involved. That's her. It's guys. Yeah. That's fuck. That really sucks. Is there let me see if I can find that. I guess they broke the news Monday. Here's the news story. Dundee High student dies weeks after car crash into his bicycle. A 15-year-old Dundee High School student has died about 2 weeks after a car crashed into his bike. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office announced Sunday. Victor Rakaj was cycling north on New York Avenue, approaching Main Street just after 7 a.m. on October 22nd. Investigators with the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office said Rakaj didn't stop at the stoplight at New York Avenue and Main Street. He traveled into the path of a Hyundai sedan driven by Michael Rodriguez, 16. Investigators said Rakaj, who was not wearing a helmet, was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Rodriguez, who's also a student at Dundee High School, was not injured and cooperated with deputies. The release stated, investigators said impairment and speed did not appear to be factors in the crash. Wear your helmets, guys. No matter how dorky you look, put that helmet on. Oh, thank you. Can you put that in our chat, Rox? I can't click on the link to go to it here. And then I'll pull that up. It is horrific. It's horrific for anybody involved. I agree. I agree, Sydney. Yeah. Thank you, Rox. Nope. I want to copy that. Let me go to the obituary here. Okay. So you can send flowers or plant a tree. Please share a memory of Victor. There's a tribute book. An obituary is not available at this time. But you can order flowers if you want, or place a memory here. Yeah. And there's a collection of memories and condolences you can also get. Yeah. don't know where that tab went. But yeah. So there you go, guys. It's incredibly sad. Yeah. 100%, Martha. I'm a human being, and this is a tragedy. I mean, I have teens. I have 3 teens. My oldest is turning 20 on Sunday. So, yeah. Oh my God, Jane, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Yeah. It's a tragedy, guys. That's a real tragedy. This is a real yeah. It's a super tragedy. Yeah. No, I agree, Kathy. I agree, Kathy. No parent should have to bury their child. That is unnatural. That is that's wrong. Yeah. Agree. Okay, well guys, geez Louise, this I'm going to yeah. I might make this into 2 streams and republish it again later because both of these things are important and need the attention they deserve. But if you guys can donate to his family, please do. The loss of a child not only is emotionally devastating, but unfortunately in America is very costly to bury anyone. So yeah, if you can help them, that would be super helpful. That would be super helpful. And if you can help me out, the legal fund is there, or PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. If you want to go help Aaron out, his stuff is on his page, and you can put money in his commissary as Chris Gambino did. Thank you guys for tuning in, for being here for this breaking news. And let's just remember, guys, that life is fleeting. Life is fucking fleeting. And everybody, should grab hold of the people they love and tell your friends and family you love them every day. Tell your friends and family that you love them every day. Yeah. I'll be back maybe later today or tomorrow with more stuff. And yeah, I hope so too, Donna. I hope so too. Yeah. And we'll keep you abreast on the situation as I can, because I'm not on the ground in Florida to be there. The anniversary of Lisa McPherson, of her brutal, I don't even know how you want to describe it. It's a murder at the hands of Scientology, right there in the Fort Harrison on I forget the name of the street that they're always on, but whatever. I try to wipe as much about that out of my mind as I can. It is happening in December, on December 4th. If you guys can be in Florida for that, I highly suggest going. That is not in the cards for me. As you can see, I'm raising money for only one thing right now. And flying to Florida is not in my budget. But I will be doing a stream about it. Every year we should remember Lisa. Every year we should remind Scientology that they are murderers, and that they covered it up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, spread the love today as much as you can, however you can. And I will see you all